Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here with a follow-up to yesterday's video responding to this just catastrophic news that Xiaomi was gonna be pretty much banning GMS or Google mobile services on their China releases on any of the phones, including this Xiaomi Mi 11 I have here that I've been using from the China variant of the phone, of course, for the past month. So we have a few more updates related to this story, and I want to kind of relay them to you right here. So from some of the other articles, once I've kind of delved into this story a bit more, and we're starting to get more information on which specifically the devices that are affected by this ban. So according to Notebook Check, and shout out to them, in their article, they talk about the devices specifically that are being affected by this MIUI 12.5 update, namely the Redmi K30 Ultra and the Redmi 10X 5G. Now, what do those two devices have in common? They're both using MediaTek Dimensity chipsets. Now, could this mean that only MediaTek devices are affected? I think the point here is that Xiaomi has not really provided a list, or if it's just all devices that are using GMS that are China variants. But there was also a notice that came up on the MIUI ES channel that basically explained that non-high-end Snapdragon 800 devices would be the ones affected. So if in theory you had a Snapdragon 888 or 865 phone, you may not be affected by this ban of GMS. Now there is a catch to this though, because if you look at the phones that were available for MIUI 12.5, the beta update that pretty much locked GMS, all of these devices are previous or kind of older devices like the Redmi K20 series, like the Redmi 10X, the K30 Ultra, and many more. So you don't see the Mi 11 on that list simply, I believe, because it has not received the 12.5 update. And the MIUI 12.5 update is the key here. It is the piece of software that's going to uninstall GMS on all of these phones. Now, the Mi 11, the Mi 10 Pro, a bunch of other Snapdragon 800 devices are scheduled to receive their MIUI 12.5 updates in April. And so I fear the same thing that's happening to the phones right now, we're going to see happen to the other China variants, Snapdragon 888 or Snapdragon 800 variants in April. Now, obviously, we won't know unless Xiaomi provides a list, or if it's just a blanket list where they just say every phone that has been using the China ROM will no longer access GMS. But I think the point here is, guys, I do think this is going to affect every single China ROM variant of Xiaomi phones in the future. Now, the other question you guys were wondering about is, why are they doing this, or why is this happening? I really think that there are three possible scenarios of why this could be happening. It could be external pressure from either governments, but it could also be an internal decision that Xiaomi has made, to really address what has become kind of a fragmentation of their China variants versus their global variants, and the fact that so many people do want to buy the China ROMs when they come out. For example, when this Mi 11 came out, it was sold out all over the place. I got this phone here in Hong Kong on the 3rd of January, and I've been using it since. I think they're trying to maybe move away from that, or they're trying to get people to buy into their global variants. And of course, those global versions of the phones do come at a higher cost than the China variants. Now, third-party resellers have always upmarketed the price of the China variants anyway. And import costs and all that stuff do make them more expensive as well. So maybe this is a way for Xiaomi to kind of recoup a lot of those sales that they're losing to third-party resellers, and are going to be able to then get more global units shipped. And my biggest hope, guys, is that we see exclusive phones coming to the global market first, instead of having a staggered China and then global release of phones. That is my real hope, that we see this strategy come to fruition. Because if you think about it, Samsung, Apple, all these other companies, when they release a phone, they release it globally all at the same time. Xiaomi is one of the few companies that still does this kind of China and then a few months later global release. So let's hope that's the case, guys. And hit me up in the comments, with these new updates to the news. What do you think about this situation? Are you still excited about China Xiaomi releases, or are you now only caring about the global releases of these phones? Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Well, it's been 24 hours processing this news, and it's still bittersweet, but I maybe am starting to see the kind of light at the end of the tunnel here. Let's hope we get more information about this very soon, and I'll be sure to share it here on Frankie Tech. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.